All right, Ms. Wilson, where did you want to start today?
I believe we're ready on Guevara.
Vera. So we're on the record in docket 23-03156, people of the state of Michigan versus Marcy Guevara. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Guevara, who's standing to my right.
And ma'am, you are Marcy Guevara? Is that a yes? Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, yes.
Great. So this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter, a final pretrial. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. The last pretrial was adjourned to get some additional discovery. We do have a protective order prepared for that additional discovery. I just need to get it over to Your Honor once I get back to the office. So I think we're going to be requesting another final pretrial.
All right. Is that a fair statement, Ms. Sutter? We're working on additional discovery.
That's correct, Your Honor, it is.
That additional discovery is paperwork that I have to sign. I have to sign an order for that, in order for that to be changed hands.
Yes.
All right, so we'll set this for additional final pretrial, another final pretrial for discovery purposes.
25th.
March 25th?
Yeah.
So we'll do March 25th at 8:30. All right, so Ms. Guevara, please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter. We've set your new date for final pretrial for March 25th at 8:30. Anything else for the record in 23-03156, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Nothing further.
All right, Ms. Guevara, we'll see you on that date. You get notification from my court officer.
Thank you. I'll give you a printout when you're free to go.
We're ready on Jordan.
Jordan. Don Janae.
Yes.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 23-01854. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Don Janae Jordan. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Don Janae Jordan, who is standing to my right.
And sir, you are Don Janae Jordan, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. The complaining witness was subpoenaed for today and it has not appeared, so I would be expecting a motion from the defense.
Ms. Sutter.
That's correct, Your Honor. Given the non-appearance of the subpoenaed witnesses today, I would ask for the file to be dismissed.
All right, and the witness was subpoenaed today
Correct. Yep.
to be here.
And our
was-
office has had no contact.
Okay. So I'm gonna have the court officer is gonna print out, or we're gonna print out the dismissal. This will be a dismissal without prejudice, ma'am. So what that means is that the people could reissue if they choose to, but realistically, for our purpose today, the case is dismissed. All right, and I'll let me get that, and then we'll put the original in the file. Thank you. Right, I'm in possession of the dismissal or order of nolle pros on 23-1854. I've discussed it without prejudice with the defendant, Don Janae Jordan, and I will sign it accordingly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else for the record in 23-01854, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter?
Nothing further.
You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you. You have a good day. Bye.
Okay, sounds good. Can you repeat that?
We have Beavers Thomas.
Yes.
Who was on Zoom.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be Miss Mays.
All right.
Mays,
I
okay.
think it's gonna be Mays
I got it.
and
Okay.
Isom, I think.
So Beaver's, who's on the iPhone? Do we know?
I do not know who's on the
I
item.
think that's Mr. Isom.
Let me see if I can. Sir, on the iPhone with the blue shirt on, would you please identify yourself?
Darvion Benson.
Oh, my bad.
Ma'am, on the cell phone in the car, could you identify yourself?
Ashley Mays.
Thank you. All right, so we're on the record. Ms. Ball, we'll call your case. We're on the record in docket 23-03578. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Lindsay Ball. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Ball, who's joining us via Zoom.
And ma'am, you are Lindsay Ball, and you'll have to unmute.
Correct.
Thank you. This is the time set for a final pretrial on the matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. There's some outstanding discovery issues, so I think we're going to request another final pretrial.
And that's the first statement, Ms. Sutter.
It is.
So outstanding discovery issues. New final pretrial is set. May, March
Hey, that's a long one.
25th. Yeah, at 8:30.
And Your Honor, today was without witnesses and permission for Zoom, given the situation. May that continue to the next hearing as well.
I don't have any problem with Zoom being appropriate, and then once again, from the people, no witnesses are required. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
so we'll have the same conditions as today's prelim. At the next final pretrial, Zoom is appropriate, and no witnesses will be subpoenaed.
Thank you.
Anything else for the record in 23-03578? Ms. Wilson.
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Nothing further.
All right, you're all set, Ms. Ball. We'll see you on March 25th at 8:30. All right, ma'am?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we want to do Beavers Thomas. I think we're waiting for Carlos to come interpret for Mr. Morales.
That's correct.
So you want to let's do Beavers Thomas.
Yes.
Thank you.
look at the top of my stack. And Mr. Beavers Thomas is a pretrial
Correct.
Yes. He's the case
show
that kept
cause.
Yeah, that one looks like a city case. I'm not sure why it's on today's docket.
Oh,
no
thank you.
one does. This is that case that was a city, then it was a state, then it was a city again, now it's a state again.
No, there's another one.
Yeah, no, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, I think this all started as a city
Right,
case, so I
yeah.
think that.
So that's why it got screwed up.
It's
with
from the same
additional
day.
one.
Yeah, this one has
Oh.
changed, that one hasn't.
Gotcha.
He's gonna be paying that ticket on Wednesday
Gotcha.
morning.
All
He thought he'd already paid it.
All right,
He talked about it this morning.
right.
so we're on the record in docket. He's on Zoom, isn't he? Mr.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm right here.
All right, we're on the record in docket 17-01710. And then we have a ticket and another two files.
He just has the two files. He has the state traffic case today, and then he has a show cause on an unpaid civil infraction. We do have an explanation for that and a timeline for payment.
Okay,
And then the pretrial today is gonna be an adjournment. We can provide the reasoning on the record.
what are these dog tickets?
That's for a different
Yeah,
defendant.
that's
Oh,
for
I got it.
Benson.
Similar last name, but
Yeah, no, all right, so parties appearances for the record on 1701710. Ms.
Abigail
Wilson,
Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Beavers Thomas, who's joining us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Joshua Beavers Thomas, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can hear me all right, Mr. Beavers Thomas?
Yes, I can.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter on 1701710. Ms. Wilson, how we proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe this is going to be a request for a final pretrial.
That's a fair statement, Ms. Sutter. Do we need a corresponding jury trial date?
This time, I don't believe so. I think just the final pretrial.
Okay. So the final pretrial is set for March 25th at 8:30. So Mr. Beavers Thomas, keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter. We've reset this final pretrial date for March 25th at 8:30. Any problem with Zoom concerning this matter?
None from the people.
Ms. Wilson?
I would request it.
All right, and you can attend that March 25th final pretrial by Zoom, all right, sir?
All right, thank you.
And then I don't know if you wanted to be heard on the show. cause.
Sure, and then let's go ahead and address, so that's all in 1701710. And then the show cause is in regards to the outstanding handicap park ticket.
That's correct, Your Honor. He believed, I did speak with him this morning regarding that. He thought he'd already paid that. He paid a different ticket instead. So I advised him this morning that was still outstanding. He has plans to pay it Wednesday morning after he gets his paycheck.
All right, and I have two, I don't know why I have two files. Why do I have two files on this? They're both handicap parking zone.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I just have the one on the docket, and when I looked on the court website, I just saw the one file with an outstanding ticket of
Yeah.
$145.
Could be. Both are outstanding. I just don't want it to be a duplicate.
Are they, is there a docket number for each of them? Are
One
they-
is T0025666259. And then the other is the same docket number, T0025666259. And I have two docket cards. And that's what I'm afraid that
Yeah,
They're-
because I just see one on the docket this morning, and I did do a little hunt this morning on the court website, and I just see one file with an outstanding balance.
I do too. I mean, but they're
Yeah.
both listed as handicap parking tickets.
I'm thinking it's maybe an administrative duplicate.
That's what but I want to make sure there's only, yeah. $145.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what we all saw.
All right, so let's do, so plan to pay. To City of Lansing. by Wednesday, you said?
Wednesday morning, yes. He believes he gets paid tomorrow evening.
So that would be,
Maybe to be safe, Your Honor, could you give him until Thursday?
yeah,
afternoon?
March 7th.
Yes, thank
Just
you.
in case. March 7th, 2024. And that's $145
Yes,
balance.
Your Honor.
All right, anything else for the record in docket T0025662259, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Beavers Thomas.
All right, thank you. What time was that on March 25th?
8:30.
8:30? All right, I'll put it in my
Yes.
calendar. All right,
And you'll
thank you.
you'll get notice sent to the last known address we have, but it is at 8:30.
All right, I just updated the address with the lady before. Would that work right now, right before we
Yeah, I-
talk to you?
Just remind me, I do have an updated address for him that I can
All
put in the
right.
court.
Yeah, let me see that file and I'll update the address in the file,
Thank you.
just so we have a current.
And if it's possible, do that off the
Yeah.
live stream.
All right, am I good now?
You're all
All right.
set. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You have a good one.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 24-00201. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Dudley Allen. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Allen, whose appearance I'm going to ask the court to waive today for reasons I can state here in a moment.
All right, so Ms. Schroeder, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Allen informed the court as well as my office this morning that he was unexpectedly released from the Ingham County Jail this morning. I did reach out to the number that he called in from. It is a friend of his at whose phone he borrowed. He does not have a phone of his own right now that is charged, unfortunately. So he's not able to join by Zoom. And the friend indicated that he was currently at the bus stop in Mason at the Meyer. They're trying to get on the bus to get up here, but the next available bus would be at 11 o'clock. I spoke with him on Friday and he had no knowledge he was being released today. And I didn't either when I spoke with him, given the fact that he legitimately, it sounds like, has no means to get here because of the bus and how far Mason is from here. I'd ask the court to waive his appearance.
All right. Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people don't have any complaining witnesses here today, so I expect a motion from the defense, for which I don't believe Mr. Allen's presence is necessary.
And Mr. Allen's appearance appears to be no fault of his own, since he was released this morning and had to make arrangements to get to court when he was otherwise planning on
Probably
the sheriff,
or have the sheriff bring him.
yeah, either the sheriff bringing him or the poly.
Yeah, see, he was not expecting
All
it
right.
this morning. He was quite panicked.
All right, so Ms. Wilson, you've subpoenaed witnesses today
Correct.
and you've not been able to come in contact with them.
Correct.
And have you had any contact with them?
None. Well, we've had some contact, but none recently.
All right. Motion, Ms. Schroeder.
Thank you, Your Honor. Given all of what's been stated on the record, make them, the defense this time would be making motion for dismissal of this matter. Thank you, as well as the bond violation that was also scheduled this morning. Thank you.
I'll indicate that the plaintiff was unable to proceed due to lack of witnesses. Waived his appearance. He was just released, although he didn't stay in contact with you.
Yes.
He did contact our office, and I don't have a previous fail to appear on.
No.
him.
Yeah, he's
I
never
think he
failed.
was
to-
incarcerated the last time.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was, and he was actually, he had to be in 55th at the same time he was
Correct,
here, and that's
yeah.
why he missed last time. That was his fault either.
Waived appearance. Jeez.
Mhm.
So I'm in possession of the order of dismissal or nollie-pros in 24-00201. This case is dismissed without prejudice, which means the people could reissue if they choose to. But for our purposes today, the case is dismissed. Now I'll also do the same with the PA 53 violation. All right, anything else for the record in docket 24-00201 or the accompanying PA 53 violation? Ms. Wilson,
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
Nothing further from the
All
defense.
right, thank you. That's all for the record in those two files.
Thank you.
Oh, could you might email me? Do we want to go on Benson? Go beyond Benson?
I still need to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, Carlos here to try to come back.
Yeah,
Is that on Ms. Morales? I
Yeah.
saw Carlos here.
Yeah, he
he
popped in
popped
real,
in.
I asked if he would mind translating. He popped in real quick and then he left again. I don't know where he is now.
he
Okay.
might be helping out, and I think Ward has a jury trial right now.
Yeah, I think Buchanan and Ward. There's a state,
really?
a city trial going, yeah.
If anything could happen today, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm on call, and so I brought in my iPad and I looked at the iPad and the plug was undone.
Oh,
So
no.
it hadn't been charging.
Oh, no.
And that's when you just know, like,
Yeah,
this is
you're
gonna,
gonna be-
this is just gonna be.
That was me last Monday. I walked in, and I had mine fully plugged in, port connected and everything, walked in. Why am I at 8%? Oh, no.
Right,
Oh, dear.
right. So, I mean, it's just one of those, then Nathaniel's telling me that JIS is down, and then, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be one of those days.
All right.
Let's just take a mulligan of the day.
Do we want to do Maze then?
Ashley?
Yeah.
Yes, and we are ready to go.
All right, Ms. Mays, we'll call you, your file next. We're on the record in docket 24-00422. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Ashley Mays. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson,
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
And Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Miss Mays.
And ma'am, you are Ashley Marie Mays, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you can hear me all right, Ms. Mays?
Yeah.
This is the time set for pretrial on the matter. Ms. Wilson, how we proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe we're going to request a final pretrial and corresponding jury trial.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Final pretrial and corresponding jury trial.
Final trial March 25th at 8:30. And then jury trial April 8th at 8 a.m.
At 8 a.m. So I have the final pretrial set March 25th at 8:30. Jury trial set for April 8th at 8 a.m. You'll get notice sent to your last known address that the court has, which is the Robertson address. Is that still a good address for you, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Anything else for the record in 24-00422, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder?
Nothing from the defense.
All right, you're all set. Please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Schroeder. Your final pretrial set for March 25th at 8:30. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I got it.
Ms. Sutter seeing Mr. Benson.
Poke my head out real quick.
Okay. Got it.
I believe we'll be ready on Morales here in a second. You sure? You're all right.
So this is Mr. Morales.
Yes.
All right, so Carlos, if you can identify your first name and last name for the record, and I'll swear you in.
First name Carlos, last name Hernandez.
Okay. And can you spell your last name?
Hernandez.
Okay, do you solemnly raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly, accurately, and impartially interpret in the matter now before the court and not divulge communications, confidential communications? So help you God.
I do.
All right. All right. So we're on the record in docket 23-03669. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Flores Sutter on behalf of Mr. Morales.
And sir, you are Elisac Morales, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. This is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the witnesses have been subpoenaed and have not appeared today. I will be expecting a motion from the defense.
Los testigos que iban a venir hoy no aparecieron, entonces ahora toca a ustedes hacer.
And have you had any contact with the witnesses?
Briefly, not recently.
Okay.
Habló con los testigos.
Ms. Sutter, from the defense.
Given the non-appearance of the subpoenaed witnesses, I would request a dismissal.
Como no hay a los testigos, esta pidiendo que bajen el caso.
I'll have based on representations of counsel, I'll have the dismissal printed out.
Como no vinieron, él va a cambiar, seguir el caso.
So this is a dismissal. So I'm in possession of 23-03669, the order of dismissal.
En el caso 230-669, quitar su caso.
This is a dismissal without prejudice, which means the people could reissue if they choose to, but for our purposes, the case is dismissed.
Está libre. Si al caso de otro tiempo, los que vinieron a investigar quieren regresar, lo pueden hacer.
And I've signed the dismissal accordingly. Anything else for the record in 23-03-669? Ms. Wilson,
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Nothing further.
All right, Mr. Morales, the case is dismissed without prejudice today, and you should be all set.
Entonces ya está libre, caso está.
All right, that's all for the record in 23-03-669. Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Hernandez.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yep, no problem.
I believe we're ready on. What's the one you just sent? Villanueva, that one, Villanueva.
Sonia,
Yes.
Just, is that okay if she comes up, Your Honor?
sure.
All right, come on up.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 23-01137. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Sonia Villanueva. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Okay, won't be too long.
Right, Ms. Schroeder.
Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Ms. Villanueva, who is here and standing to my right.
And ma'am, you are Sonia Villanueva, is that correct? And feel free to sit if you need to
Yeah,
sit. That might
Yeah, I
be
do.
more comfortable.
Well, I have this tumor.
Right.
you know.
Oh, gosh, I did not realize that. All right, there you go.
All right, Ms. Wilson, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. How we proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have received verification of a license from defense counsel, so I believe this will be dismissed for compliance purposes.
That's correct, Your Honor. We'd ask the matter be dismissed.
All right, and is this from a ticket or a warrant?
What's the ticket?
It's a ticket. All right, so pursuant to compliance purposes, the ticket is dismissed. Without prejudice. Anything else for the record in docket 23-01137? Ms. Wilson,
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
Nothing from the defense. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Villanueva, you're all set. The ticket is
Can
dismissed.
I add something?
Sure.
Boss is my medical dog. And because I can't walk far and all of that, so other people take him for walks and stuff. Like you see, I have this 85 to 111 pound.
Yeah, you need to.
Right.
So I appreciate it very much.
Okay. I would just, for future, just protect yourself with any documentation that you have concerning the dog. I keep you out of this arena. All right.
Thank you.
Anything else for the record? Well, that is all for the record in 23-01137. Ms. Villanueva, thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you. You're free to get going. Okay, you're welcome. Take care.
And then I believe we're ready on Benson.
On Mr. Benson.
Yes.
All I've done that.
All right, so we're on the record. Mr. Benson, we'll call your case next. We're on the record in docket 23-03340 and 23-03341. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Darby and Benson. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Benson, who is joining us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Darby on Benson, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you can hear me all right, Mr. Benson?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how we proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. It's my understanding that Mr. Benson has an appointment later today to get a license, so we'd be requesting, I believe, a 2-week adjournment since the court is not here next week for compliance purposes.
Okay, so this is a request to adjourn for compliance purposes. That's a fair statement, Ms. Sutter.
It is.
I will note that we've adjourned this previously, 3 weeks and then 30 days. I don't know what that ends up, but this will be the final adjournment for compliance. And we will reset it for
March 25th at 9.
March 25th at 9. All right, so Mr. Benson, please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter. We've reset this for March 25th at 9 o'clock on both files. Anything else for the record in 23-03340 or 41, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter?
Yes, Your Honor, once we're also live stream, I do have an updated address for Mr. Benson as well.
All right. So, Mr. Benson, you're all set, and Ms. Sutter will update your address accordingly. All right, sir?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Docket 22-01797. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Stephen Schuff. The parties, please introduce themselves for the record. Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Schuff.
Right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding? I do have some notes indicating that there was, at least the intent was for placement. Ms. Wilson.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe this file is a part of a global resolution that's in the works, and we're currently just waiting for some, I believe, some specialty courts to get moving. So I believe this is going to be a request for adjournment.
All right, and so is that a fair statement, Mr. Schroeder?
It is, Your Honor, and I have been able to verify that he is currently in an adult foster care in Eaton County right now. He just recently moved there, so he may not have the ability to be here.
Right. I have placement in at one time in January, there was placement concerning an adult foster care. And then in January, at the other pretrial in January, it was a placement, and now it seems that placement is a move because he's moved to Eaton County. Because I have he was in a some type of crisis unit.
Yes, Your Honor, he
Yeah.
was at Bridges Crisis Services up until about a week ago.
All right. All right, so we'll adjourn this pretrial. He is in Eaton County. Adult foster. How far out? And it's a global resolution.
Yeah, I would say possibly a month.
That's what I would say. I think my knowledge of the case of the circuit is that it should be.
And that's a specialty court.
Yes, Your Honor, it'd be the adult specialty court with 30th Circuit.
So about a month out.
April 8th and
8 to 9 a.m. So I'll set this for April 8th at 9 a.m. For the continued negotiations to continue and to look at a global resolution and a specialty court option. Anything else for the record in 22-01797? Ms. Wilson.
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
Nothing further from the
All
defendant.
right, thank you.
What was that date again? I'm sorry.
April 8th.
8th at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then if you wanted, do you want to take a break and then see what else is there? Because we're kind of ahead of schedule now.
We could probably call Castilla. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
she was scheduled for 9, I believe.
And then I can.
All right. So we're docket 24-00421. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Statute Castilla. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Castilla. I do not believe she's present at this time.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. It was scheduled for 9 o'clock. It is now 9:48. Based on representations of counsel, I don't see Ms. Castilla in the Zoom courtroom, waiting room, or physical courtroom. It would appear, Ms. Wilson, that the defendant has failed to appear for the pretrial. How did you want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe this is Ms. Castilla's first failure to appear, so I'd be requesting a bench warrant with 40-hour hold.
Ms. Sutter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Wilson is correct. I would further the request for a 48-hour hold.
All right. The bench warrant and bond forfeiture is issued with a 48-hour hold.
Thank you.
Anything else for the record in 24-00421? Ms. Wilson.
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Nothing further.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you. How about Clay? I don't think that, is that one of yours, Miss Sutter?
I don't.
Is that
think-
Anaya Clay?
Willie Clay.
Oh, Willie Clay,
Willie
no.
Clay Henry, yeah, I don't think he's
that is-
represented by anybody.
I don't believe so.
I don't have an appearance from anybody. Yeah, I don't have.
And I think we've lost track of Mr.
Mhm.
Clay. He gave
I
a
don't see
large
it.
address of the, at arraignment. But then he also indicated,
Was it the 430 North Large?
yeah,
That's the rescue mission.
yeah.
I don't have any file within the public.
I don't
defense
either. And he
system.
says, and he also said at arraignment, I'm gonna move from that address. So that's one way of saying.
I mean, they only
You're
let
gonna
us
be
stay
hard to
there so
find.
long, too.
We, that was the last address. We have a Dorchester address, but that was last year. So, all right.
It doesn't exist in our system.
He's in custody.
Is he?
Well, that's incredibly useful information. Did he, so we don't have any file with him in the PD system. Does the file indicate whether or not he requested a public defender at
I
arraignment?
have court appointed request, yes.
Huh.
But he's in custody right now.
Yeah.
Well, we know where he is.
Not even like
So,
mine just doesn't
We-
exist.
That's not his fault. You want to adjourn it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Why does he have, oh, he's got a felony, that's why.
Oh, why is he supposed to be-
Oh, so he's in on
He
something
got a-
else?
He's got $100,000 bond.
So wait, he doesn't have an attorney on that either?
I don't know, this is the first time hearing about it.
What?
Let me look.
He has a 10% bond on this.
Oh,
So I would assume he's not made his bond. 1,010%.
Is this, so can I ask, is this Willie Clay or Willie Clayben?
Willie Clay. Henry.
Clay.
Willie Clay Henry.
Willie Clay Henry. Yeah.
Oh, Henry's a new one. Okay, I see a Willie P. I don't even see a Willie Clay Henry on the court site.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah.
I have Willie P. Clay set for an OK file.
Yeah, he's scheduled for probable cause conference in front of Judge Buchanan this week.
Mine is at 54.
He didn't make bond on this file, did he?
I figured it would be a PR bond. Isn't it a dog bite
What's
case?
that?
If he's got a felony
I'll
case,
say
he
it's
may have
not.
requested something other than a
That's why.
PR bond.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
My problem is, I can't see that this case exists.
He's 1,010%. She did not give him a PR bond.
That may have been a request if he has a felony file that he has another bond on. It may have been a request by the PD
I
in the
agree. That's-
misdemeanor file.
You
so
want
they're
him
correct.
collecting time on it.
Yeah, we hate that
Set a
time.
bond on it.
I'm very confused because I
Yeah.
do not see him on the court website for either the misdemeanor or a felony file. And there's nothing in our system for him.
Yeah, I have,
Claiborne we have and a Clayton we have, but no Clay.
let me see,
And even on the
does
54.
he have an attorney on? the
How
phone?
about, maybe, it's, how about a Willie Henry?
Henry. Clay is his middle name. Yeah. And he was just picked up on the 23rd. Yeah, and it looks like he does have a bond on this case that hasn't been
There he
posted
is.
yet. Which
So it's Henry is the last name.
yes, Willie Clay Henry.
So I don't see any misdemeanor. I do see the felony file with our office. That's with the conflict counsel. I don't see the misdemeanor case in our system at all. Now that I've got the name.
Yeah, he doesn't have an attorney on this file.
On this file, you're not, yep.
Well, he might have not, because he picked this one up before he picked up the felony, so he might have just not gotten an attorney
Oh,
on this.
okay. You might change it
Well-
to the felony.
But I have yes, he requested.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the arraignment.
Request, and I emailed our office and he wants to be protected.
Oh, shocking.
So I did try.
But we
to
know
talk
where
to
he
him.
is.
Yeah, so
But it's not his fault. He's not here.
Because there's not.
So let's go ahead and call that and we'll adjourn it.
Can you let me know who the AV on that is in case I need to look into it?
for which one? For the misdemeanor?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Denise Martin.
That's the same person. Okay. We're good.
Is that that's the
I wanted
That's the
to-
complaining witness
Yeah.
on the
Denise
file.
Button.
I
Yeah.
figured if I was here, I'd do a conflict check while I was standing here.
Okay. All right, so we're on the record in 24-00066. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Willie Clay Henry. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
And it's come to my attention, Mr. Henry has another case pending. He's represented by the public defender on that other case. He's not represented by the public defender on this case. And it appears that he's in the Ingham County Jail.
It seems so.
Yeah. So we know where he is. He
Yes.
just, I don't think he was brought over.
No, I don't think anybody knew that.
I don't
he was
think we-
in
yeah, I don't
jail.
think-
Yeah.
I don't think we knew that he picked up another file
Yeah.
that led him to incarceration. All right, so let's adjourn this matter.
March 25th at 9.
Adjourn to March 25th at 9. And I'll indicate that D is in ICJ. Anything else for the record in 24-00066, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
All right. Now did they want to talk to Ms. Schroeder?
Oh, yeah, listen.
That's it for me, Your Honor.
You're all set, Ms. Sutter?
I think so. And I don't think we have an after. I have an afternoon. Okay.
We have two arraignments and a sentencing.
Yes, and that's Mr. Patrick will keep here in sentencing, right?
Yes.
Originally, my office.
Then I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
All right, let me check the class. You guys represented the victim.
On the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All you gotta do is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is this in this? I the conflicts one too, so. Just want to check the ones here.
No, this one's just a dog bite. Okay.
Oh, was that it? I'm not.
It is a dog
It'd
bite.
be weird if it was the same. If
It
it
might be
was.
going away. I don't know, I'll talk to Adam.
Depends on the dog bite.
Oh, is it Adam's
It's
family?
it's a vertical.
That's
yeah.
unfortunate.
All right. Yes, you can take that. today.
Okay.
All right.
He's your friend, Ms. Sutter.
I know.
A friend.
Your friend.
I don't want to talk about my life.
Yeah,
choices.
that's, right. That's what makes it really funny.
I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get a lot of heat.
I bet you
This.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Bet you do.
It's calmed down the first 6 months I was there. Oh, boy.
Yep.
I believe we're ready on marimba.
Yes,
Marimba.
we are.
Okay.
I'll be over.
Yeah, I'll be heading down there in 2 minutes. See us.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 24-00130. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Isanga Marimba. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Marimba, who is present and standing to my right.
All right, and correct my pronunciation, sir. You are Isanga Marimba?
Marambia.
Marambia, thank you. Isanga Marambia. All right, this is the time set for pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe this is going to be a plea today. And it will be a plea to an added count of attempted breaking and entering, illegal entry without owner's permission. And that will be 750.115A 5-A A.
So 750-115A.
A. And that will be a 45-day and or $250. Yeah, no objection to HIDA if eligible.
All right, so this will go to probation
Yes.
for the HIDA review.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Right, so it's an added count 2 of attempt entry without permission.
Mhm.
That's 45 days and or $250.
Correct.
No objection to HIDA if eligible. Is that a fair statement, Ms. Schroeder?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. May I inquire of your client of his advice of rights on this misdemeanor plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Marembia, you understand that this is a misdemeanor you're pleading to. So it's punishable by 45 days in jail and or $250. There is a no objection to HIDA status. If eligible, probation would be review that and give a report to me, okay?
Okay.
All right. In this misdemeanor case, you have certain rights, and I'm going to walk you through those rights. All right. You have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses that are brought against you. You are represented today by attorney Erin Schroeder from the Public Defender's Office, and she would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the people. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
You have the right to have the court order any witnesses appear in your defense, to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim. The plea was a result of any promises that we have not discussed here on the record, or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You're giving up the right to appeal anything from a trial, since you won't be having a trial. You'll be pleading guilty instead. Is it your intent today and your wish to plead guilty to the added count 2 of entry without permission?
Yeah.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, all truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to bring your attention back to January 16th, 2024 at 401 West Green Lawn Avenue in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. Were you at the 401 West Green Lawn Avenue address on January 16th, 2024?
Yes.
And that's in the city of Lansing, is that correct?
Yes.
And at that time, did you enter into a building or structure or attempt to enter into that structure at 401 West Green without first obtaining permission?
Yes.
And what's at that 401 West Green Lawn address?
McLaren Hospital.
Okay. And you didn't, you were you told to leave there? Or were you entering in a way that was not like the entrance?
That's the old Green Lawn campus, Your Honor. It's
Oh, that's
the
the-
closed building.
It's a closed building. So you didn't have permission to enter that building?
No.
Okay. I find anything towards a factual basis, Ms. Wilson,
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
No, Your Honor, thank
All
you.
right. I find the factual basis to be knowing, voluntarily, and accurately made. And we'll refer to probation. So on your way out today, go down to the 5th floor, and they're going to do a report today. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Just be candid and answer those questions. They're going to prepare a report for me, and we'll see what options are available to us at sentencing. Okay, sir?
All right.
All right. I'm going to give you a sentencing date.
April 29th at 1:30.
So this is set for sentencing on April 29th at 1:30. At that time, yourself, myself, and Ms. Schroeder will go over what the probation department says, and we'll see what options are available to us. All right?
All right.
All right. Anything else for the record? In 2400130, Ms. Wilson,
Nothing from the people.
Ms. Schroeder.
Nothing for defense, thank you.
All right, Ms. Marembia, if you go down and talk to probation, they'll prepare a report. Okay, sir?
All right.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, just go down here to the elevator, push 5, and go down to the floor, turn right off the elevator, and go down your left-hand side. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
So,
Oh, that's a good, yeah. Ma'am, or would you please identify yourself on Zoom? You have to unmute. You'll have to unmute yourself. You'll have to unmute in order to communicate with us.
should be Spade.
Hmm?
I don't think it's.
I think that-
No, that's fine. No, I'm just,
All right, ma'am, are you Cynthia Spade?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, hold
Are you Cynthia Spade?
on. Yes, I am.
Okay, that's Miss Spade. I don't know if she's represented.
Not from what I can tell.
All right,
yeah, she declined our office.
all right. Miss Spade, you'd agree you're not represented by counsel today. Is that correct?
Correct.
Would you like the opportunity to talk to the APA concerning some of the issues concerning this matter?
Yes, I would, please.
So did you want to join?
Okay,
That
yeah.
was a yes, I think. All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have the APA talk to you. She's gonna join and we'll put you in a breakout room with her and you can talk about this and then we'll come out and put it on the record. All right, ma'am?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. And now I hear you much better. That's much
Yeah,
more
I took
clear.
I took the Bluetooth off.
Good. Yeah, whatever you did is working.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with with the assistant APA, assistant prosecuting attorney Abigail Wilson, and then we'll come back and put it on the record, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Spade, you can unmute and we'll call your case. So we're on the record in docket 23-03634. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Cynthia Spade. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record, Ms. Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson to the people.
And ma'am, you are Cynthia Spade, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can hear me all right, Ms. Spade?
Yep, I hear you.
Thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, you did have the opportunity to meet with Ms. Spade in a breakout room. She's unrepresented today. how we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. It's my understanding that Ms. Spade has an appointment to get a license. So we'll be requesting this be adjourned out 2 or 3 weeks to give her some time to get that and get in compliance.
So we'll adjourn for compliance purposes to
March 25th at 9:30.
March 25th at 9:30. So ma'am, please keep in contact with Ms. Wilson and any paperwork that you might need to, for compliance purposes. We've set it for March 25th at 9:30. And is that, to make sure, is that Dakin Street address still a good address for you?
Yes. Yep.
All right. All right. Anything else for the record in 23033634, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing from the people.
All right, Ms. Spade, we'll see you here on March 25th at 9:30. All right, ma'am?
Thank you.
Thank you.